you describe your personal style and how does it reflect who you are today?
Well, being your sister, it's very hard not to be a person of fashion and style. Sometimes, I'm happy that I've never been privileged for you to pull me to the corner and ask me, what is this? Because that is somewhat of your characteristic. So that simply means that my fashion sense is kind of, there. It speaks very simple. I'm a simple person. I like to add a little dazzle. I'm not big on high-end fashion, but I do have my signature pieces that I do like to put in. I'm not really a Shein girl either, but my Zara outfits. I'll buy Zara and I'll go ahead and add a little Louis belt to it or Louis slippers, and it'll just come together and be like so fantastic.
As I said, mentioning, I oftentimes said that I grew up in Jamaica, and growing up, I always only want to talk about name brands. But since I came in the fashion field, I realized fashion is not expense, but it's inspired. But what you
Yes.
said really add value to what I'm saying, because you say you're a Zara girl. However, you have some pieces that you add to the Zara fit, and that's a part of style in which a lot of people really don't understand that you can have a real costly piece and just have something simple, and it does the whole outfit a lot. And I'm so happy I didn't get to draw you at the side.
As long as you've known me, you've never pulled me to the side.
Where
What
did I
is
pull
this?
you to the front, or where did
You
I
don't, you
carry
don't,
you?
you don't pull me anyway. That means every time my sisters see me, guys, I've passed it. I've checked the mark.
That's too funny. What are your future goals when it comes to your faith, number one, your personal, number two, or your professional life?
So let's do faith. My goal, and it's something that I'm actually working on, is to develop a more personal relationship with God. Growing up in church, I think I was kind of sheltered under my mom's covering. So, oh yes, your mom's the pastor. So, you go to church every Sunday and you do the things of the church. But like I oftentimes tell the young people that I do get to sit down and talk, the minute that I got my wings, I flew like Red Bull. I went out. I did not turn back. I did not want to hop. Okay. I took off. But I oftentimes share this testimony that it took me 10 years to see that the devil had no good intentions for my life. So now I'm redeveloping a relationship with God, and it's on my own term. It's me getting to read the Bible myself and not the preacher from the pulpit and telling me what he believes that I need to hear. So I'm seeking his face. I'm fasting on my terms, things that I desire as an adult. I'm learning more now that if I don't do it, if I don't build a relationship with him, he's not going to be my friend. I'm more focused on that. When it comes onto my personal life, after closing the doors of my venue, I am now developing, and I tell people this all the time, it's okay to admit that you went through a phase of depression. It's okay. You went through it. You didn't stay in it. So now that I've overcome that, feeling, oh man, I'm disappointed or whatever, I'm now rebuilding my clientele. I'm now branching out into different fields and getting my name back out there and everything like that. So that's what I'm doing in my personal life.
Marie, I like something that you said when it comes on to I'm building my personal relationship with God. I'm a big advocate for personal relationship because
Mhm.
what you said is of a truth, because when you are a PK, there is no doubt that so many things got shoved under the carpet because your mother or whoever you do things to please them. You serve
Yep.
God for them. So
Yep.
what happened is that the minute that you get the opportunity that you're not under their wings, you just go do what you feel. Yeah, because I mean, you were just serving God for them and not for yourself. I'm a big, big, big advocate. Get to know Christ for yourself, because a lot of people, they try to know it based on their parents' relationship and not knowing God for themselves. And I
Yes.
believe that's why we have so many PK being lost, like not being say lost, but that they're after a while you're like, what happened? And you know what I'm saying? So that's I'm big on that personal relationship. It does a lot for you in your life in every aspect, in every area. So that's great. When it comes on to your professional life, and you said something valuable, you always tell people it's okay, because I oftentimes say your past is a place of reference, it's not a place of residence. Where you have been has nothing to do with where you're going. So a lot of people sometimes they basically put you in a box of where what happened to you, where you're coming from, and okay, yes, I was depressed. That I'm not now. And the scripture said, and we know that all things work together for good. That he never said just good things. He said all things, good or bad. So that place that you have been has definitely make you a better person, and you get to see life in, in a more clearer light and all of that. So it's nothing when you have gone through your valley. I tell people all the time. And I recall when I was going through my situation, I told people, I said, God said, the quicker you can surrender to what I want from you is the quicker I can have you out of it. Once you can see what God is trying to teach you.
I was watching a sermon on Sunday, and the preacher was basically doing an illustration of how the enemy draws, especially like young people's attention. If we
Yes.
only go to God for things that we want, he only
Yes.
sees us with a hand-to-hand relationship with God. And he said
Mm.
it's easy for the devil to remove God's hand from the situation and put his hand, because now he understands that you no longer have a relationship with God. You just have a I want relationship. So he said when you have a relationship with God, naturally you're hugged in with him. You're in the relationship with him. So the only thing left now is when you're in God's arm, the only thing that the devil could do, Natalie, is come and touch you on your back. And why is he touching you on your back? He's touching you on your back to remind you of your past, the things that are behind you, the things that you have went through. And as I evolve more in ministry, Natalie, I'm starting to understand that, listen, the only time that the devil could get to me, Natalie, is when he's reminding me of my past. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of it. I had a child out of wedlock. I was married and I'm divorced. And when the devil sees that, hey, if I keep on bringing up her past and it's no longer doing anything to her future, then that's the only thing that he starts to understand, that I lost her. I lost her. Her and God really tied in. She knows what's ahead of her. She knows what's above her. She knows what's around her. So I can't really do nothing else. So the only thing that he could do now is tap me on my back and say, "Man, Marie, you was a failure. Remember, you lost the venue. Look how much money you used to make and all that stuff like that." And I can tell him, yes, but now I have strength and now I have wisdom and now I got God standing next to me, so I don't have to worry about that no more. That was then and this is now. Look at where God has taken me. If the venue was nice, imagine what he's about to do in my business.
Yes, and that is so good. And as you're talking about that, and you was given the illustration of what you saw with the minister, I remember, Andre, my husband, was teaching something pertaining the familiar spirit and how
Hmm.
it walks around and try to maybe be familiar with the things that they know normally, try to, punch
Hmm.
at you with the things that they know that troubled you, and will try to keep on, let it come to you. And if you don't, that's why I told people, you have to serve God intentionally.
Yep.
I said that because things will come, but you have to decide in your mind, I'm not going back there. I know what's there, I know what's coming, but my mindset is that I'm just not going back there. And that's where you're at. You're like,
Yep.
yes, you've been to a place, but you're like, I'm not going back. Listen, I've gotten to the place, and I tell people this all the time. People can only have something on you to what you give the value to. In other words, if I don't care about it, it's up to you if you want to care about it. That's my mindset. Like,
That's it.
people, exactly. If you want to put some kind of dollar amount of where I've been, that's up to you. But if I'm not seeing it, that's do what you want to do. And that's to the
Hmm.
place where you got to get to. Because, like, seriously, but that's a good place to be. What encouragement or advice would you give to a PK that's struggling with their faith?
My generation of PKs, we've already passed over. I can't believe that I'm still 25. I mean, but for the ones that's under me right now, that's growing up in it and feel as if there is no ways out of it, I'm going to tell you something that I wish I had learned from back then. The thing that I learned, Natalie, that I appreciate now is that I was covered under the blood. When I literally think about how many bullets I've missed, how many visits to the clinic I've missed, how many friends I have, Natalie, that has been to clinics trying to get rid of stuff that they shouldn't have had, but because they wanted to go out and have fun, they came back with something. How many times, Natalie, I missed destruction. I can honestly say that staying covered, it might seem boring, but
Yes.
when, as I am older, I oftentimes hear my mama say, if she had the strength that
Yes.
us young people have right now to serve God, she'll go all out.